Have you wondered what form can do for your song? Well, in this little mini series that I'm doing for SFME, I'm going to talk about all the different kinds of song forms and what they have to offer you as a songwriter in terms of telling your story. Here we go. The first form I'm going to talk about is Strophic, or AAA, or Verse-Refrain. It has 3 names, people. Oh my gosh, because it's kind of the oldest song form that we have. It dates back to like a long time ago when the way we would share information often came with songs because they were easier to remember. Kind of like when you were a kid and you sang, you know, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you sang that song to remember the alphabet, which by the way is the same song as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Baa Baa Black Sheep. Did you know that? Anyways, strophic song form is where you have essentially like big blocks, like big sections. I like to think of them as all kind of A sections, and they have a repeating refrain line somewhere in that section. And so you can have 2 kinds of refrain lines. You can have a leading refrain, which starts the whole section, or you can have a trailing refrain, which ends the section. You can also have a leading and a trailing refrain on kind of bookending each section of the song. My favorite example of this particular song is Gordon Lightfoot's The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's this amazing story song. It doesn't quite follow the really traditional rules of a verse-refrain song because the lyric changes in every single refrain line. However, the melody is exactly the same. And after you've listened to 2 iterations of it, you could probably sing the melody verbatim. And if you had the lyrics in front of you, you could also do that too. So generally speaking, in strophic, AAA, verse-refrain form, what happens is the melodies are pretty much the same. There's somewhere between 4 and 6 lines. And the repeating line, whether it's the beginning or the ending, is repeated. Both the lyric is the same and the melody is the same. If the lyric is different, then the melody needs to stay the same. It generally doesn't have a changing melody. There's something about like the characteristic cadence of these kinds of songs that you really need that kind of repetitive nature of those kinds of songs. So it's a really fun song form, and it's usually stories. So it's like a story that has this kind of line that repeats over and over as you go through it. We don't see them a lot today. In fact, they've kind of disappeared from the most of the lexicon in terms of what we see in popular musics, but it's a really important song form because it leads into other song forms, which I will talk about in my next little video of this series. So that's Strophic. I'll put a list of song titles that you can go check out that have this kind of form. I dare you to see if you can write one. Okay, bye.